do it this way. It'll be work. Alright. Oh, yeah, you know what's coming up, eh? Alright. Looked it up. Could be wrong. Like I was with grapes. But the puppers love eating things, so. Oh, come here. Come up here. Here, I want to try one first. Mmm. There's so much juice. Oh, you like that? How about you? Oh my god. These things are so great. What? But yeah. Well, there's 4 left. That means what? 2 for me, 1 for each of you. These are mandarins. I hope they're not bad for dogs. Oh yeah. We got bananas. You want a banana? No, you dropped it. No. Don't go after that. Come over. You want one? You want one? You want one? You love bananas, huh? Got to get your potassium. Where'd I put this? No, don't try to get it too early, buddy. Let me peel the sucker. Oh man, there's like so much like citrus going on right now. I'm peeling it because that's the part you don't want to eat. You don't need to eat that stuff. Okay. You want one? Oh, you're pretty hesitant. You don't want it? You don't want it? Oh, you took it. There you go, buddy. One for me. We got bigger ones too. Another one? Oh, yummy. You want another one? Alrighty. You're not getting this one. This one's mine. You still have one. Why are you struggling with that? Is it too sweet? Oh, man. I love feeding these dogs stuff. All right, what should we eat next? Yeah, gonna go back to the apples. About another $8 worth of apples. We should have a paper towel here, but whatever. Oh, excuse me. You want this one? You probably think I always treat you like the redheaded stepchild that you probably are. So I'll give you first pick. You want next pick? Oh, yeah. He likes. I got next pick. Next up. Oh, this works out perfect. One for you, little Miss Girl. I hope these apples weren't what was making you all gassy today. You like apples, huh? You want some apple? Oh, that was very nice. So I should be able to get another 3 out of here. Yep, there's 1, 3. Okay, one of them's mine. That was a big one. Here, I'll give you the bigger one. Another one? Whoa, don't spin my chair. Come on. There you go. What do you want next? another mandarin? And some bananas? Whoops. Okay. How about some more bananas? You'll love your potassium. Oh, yeah. How about you? Oh, so nice. I literally bought all this fruit just so I could feed you. Oh, yeah. What about you? You done? Another one? She looks so happy. Okay, back off. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think these suckers might be even better than other oranges that I bought. Mandarins different than oranges? I thought they were just like tiny oranges. I could be wrong. Whoa, holy crap. Holy crap, there's citrus going everywhere. Here. Good girl. You want one? Come here. Hop up. Hop up. Up. Come here. You don't care. You eat anything. Rue's being the picky eater. Just spit out the mandarin. Another one? You want another one? Okay, I'm going to eat the last two, though. Because I'm not giving one of you one and not the other one. I'm trying to keep it even here. Okay, what do you want to eat next? You can go back to apples? No, this is mine. You want to go back to bananas? You guys don't even care. It's just, hey, whatever. Give me stuff. Grab an apple. case you're wondering, they're gala apples. I don't think that really makes a difference, but whatever. There you go, big baby. Hang on, you're coming. I got you a bigger piece. Whoop. Come up here. Come up here. There you go. Oh, excuse me. Put that in my shot glass. Ready? Oh, yeah. You ready for another one? I wonder if that cigarette is soaked up in any vodka. Didn't taste like it. We've already been through like a third of all the bananas I bought. I've already got a gigantic bag of apples, though. I haven't even broken into the oranges, just the mandarins. Who's first with the apple? Oh, you. Because you're jealous and you're in my lap. Come on, hop up. Oh, what are you doing? Pepperdoodle. You want this? You want this? No! What are you doing? Why are you on my mouse? Pepperdoodle. Oh, yeah. Crash my whip. Got to get back up here. Be part of the thing. What are you doing? Come on, quit bouncing me around. Oh, don't eat the rind. I don't need this knife in my hand. It just seems like a stabbing accident ready to happen. These little suckers are good, man. Tiny mandarins. You want? You want one? Yeah. Yummy stuff. This is nature's candy right here. You want another one? You want another one? Okay. More? More? Another? Another? You. I only have 2 left, so they're me. Yeah, fix that. Okay. There we go. Yeah. I played 2 hours. Okay. Trying to keep track how many. Because DT suck. Just doing that like all day today. Oh crap. Hang on, I need another one of these. Yeah, we'll grab another apple. Last apple in this bag. We got a whole nother bag. Excuse me. All right. What do you want next? You want apples? You want banana? You want mandarin? You want to try an orange? You don't care. As long as it's something edible and I hand it to you, you're all game. That's my little girls. Oh, what's up, Brian? Brian, haven't seen you in a long time. Just eating fruit with my dogs. We got apples, we got bananas, we got mandarins, we got we haven't even broke out the oranges yet. Oh, actually, I kind of want to eat some of this stuff. Oh yeah, some King's Hawaiian butter rolls. Back up. Back up. We're only gonna eat one. Some? Now you like bread. But you. Rest is all me. Because I didn't really eat much. I've had a lot of liquor. Oh yeah. Same here. I'm actually really glad that I was on StreamYards the other day and I'm like, crap, I've been paying for it for like almost 2 years. And I've used it like once. And it's like 24 bucks a month or something like that. And then they were like, oh yeah, like you have the basic edition and like to upgrade you have to pay like 24 bucks a month or whatever the heck the thing was. And I was like, thank God I haven't been paying for that the whole time because I have not used it. Because they're like one of those auto bill things. Okay. Should we go back to the bananas? You guys love bananas. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm live every single night, but I'm just playing this stupid game that nobody cares about. That's a quote, actually, from multiple people that I've talked to. Gotta stay hydrated, man. Don't forget to drink your water. Here, heck of it. Let's go with another banana. I have 3 left. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Kepperdoodle. Come here. Oh. You were slobbering. That's how much she likes it. Good girl, Robert. Oh, man. This is why I paid. Oh, I bet the receipt's in the bag. Yeah. Stop. Yeah, okay. I paid $1.31 in bananas. The apples, I paid $9.83. Holy crap! Last time it was $8.80. The oranges, which we haven't broken into, is $4.99, and the mandarins were $4.99. I thought they were on sale. Oh yeah, I saved $1 on the mandarins. Wait, the navels were on sale too. Or no, I saved $1 on the navels. Wait, the mandarin were supposed to be like $3.99. That's why I got them. Either way, I paid like $22 in fruit that we're eating right now. That's freaking hilarious. Or wait, is banana a fruit? There's no seeds in it. Well, it's not a vegetable. It's got to have seeds in it somewhere. Where are the seeds? Okay, how do I break this into 3? Here, you get the bigger piece. Okay, I got the little tiny piece then. I should have bought a pile of bananas then if they were that cheap. I know apples were that friggin' expensive. It's only like 8 or 10 apples, and it cost me almost $10. How are apples that expensive? Why do I have... Well, I guess I don't have 2 of my 3 apple trees, but I got 1 of them. Like, why isn't that thing, like, put up some damn apples? I don't think it's warm enough here to have oranges. I want a lime tree. I don't ever use lime, but if I did have limes, I'd probably just go ahead and like take a slice and just put it in one of my beers. What was the quote I heard? This isn't why you do it. The lime in a Corona is mainly to keep the flies off of the lip of the bottle. But I heard someone had said a quote, and it was pretty much like, you know why you add a lime to a Corona? Because you add a lime to any beer, and it'll make it taste better. Like, they were pretty much dissing Corona, which I thought was hilarious. Oh, they're high up there too. Yeah, it said $1.97 for. What's that? It said $1.97 for this bag of apples. So I guess that's more than 9. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, probably 12. Okay, it's probably like 14 or 15 apples. And it said $1.97. And I was like, heck yeah, I'll buy them. It turns out it was $1.97 a pound. So it's like $9 worth of apples. That's so stupid. I got like 6 oranges, and it was only, well, it was $4.99 on sale for $3.99. These mandarins, little tiny baby oranges, it was $4.99 for like a pile of them. What, we already ate a pile of them. There's 3, 6, 9, 12. So there's probably like 15 or 17 in here. It's 3 pounds worth. And it was only like $4.99, I think the receipt said. So why are apples so much more? Although I do know a little thing about apples because I grew stuff on my channel. I can't say I grow stuff on my channel because I haven't in a few years. But with apples, you can't. I hate when people say you can't, because you can grow them from seed, but no apple, like apple trees, none of them are grown from seed. They're all grafted, or not grafted, cloned. So they like cut off a branch and they root it and then make it happen. And the reason why is because apples are so erratic when you grow them from seed that if you have a really, like, this is a gala apple. If you take this apple and you take the seeds out of it and you grow it, you might not get a gala apple. You might get just some random thing that doesn't even produce fruit. You might get something, you may get a gala apple that like grew from seed, but it's so erratic that they graft them, or they don't graft them. I mean, you can graft them, but they clone them. Grafting is when you take a cutting of a plant and put it on another plant and make it grow. Cloning is where you like cut a clipping of the plant and then you make it root, and then it becomes an actual tree. But it's so erratic that nobody, as far as what I was reading on, nobody actually does that. They all do clones. Which if you're not into like weed and stuff like that, which I'm not exactly into weed because I haven't had any for like a year, but that's what a lot of those growers do. They will clone plants. They'll just take a cutting and then root it, and then that plant, it'll grow up to be like a big badass plant like the one they cut it off of. And then and it's quicker. So you don't have to wait for it from seed to like sprout and actually become bigger. You can actually take like a big cutting and cut it, root it, plant it, and then it'll become a plant faster. But according to what I was reading, that's what they do with like every single apple tree. Like nobody grows them from seed. They all do cuttings and root them. What are you doing over there, yo? Hey! You got like a sugar high from all the oranges? Which was always one of my plans. I wanted to just take apple seeds and grow them. And it's the same thing with like strawberries. They don't actually, like, you can like on the outside of the strawberry, you can like see the seeds. Like there's those little indentations on the strawberry. Those are all seeds. And you can take them out and plant them and they should grow strawberries. Nobody does it. And I didn't do it either. I started with like 12 strawberries. It's all documented on my channel. I started with like 12 strawberries. I bought like one 12-pack. And what they will do is when they get to a certain size, they will, what the hell do they call that? I can't remember what they call it, but they will have an offshoot that goes off and it will actually root itself and it becomes another plant. It's kind of like cloning, but like you don't have to do any work. But it will have an offshoot that goes off and it will create another plant. And once the roots get established, you can clip the connection piece between the two plants and it becomes its own plant. And when it gets big enough, it will have an offshoot that goes off. I started with like 12 strawberries, and I believe I had like somewhere in the vicinity of like 150 strawberry plants at one point. Stop. Which is awesome. Well, actually, yeah, no, I bought 12, but I also had another strawberry planter that I had going on. And it probably had like 15 or 20 plants in it. So between like, I'm going to go ahead and say like, I don't know, 20, 30 plants. I went up to like 150 in like a year, 2 years maybe. Like they took off. Oh, runners. That's what they call them. Because it's like a little offshoot that runs away from the plant and roots itself and becomes its own plant. And once it roots and becomes its own plant, you just snip the cord and bam, it's its own plant. And it will do the exact same thing. So, like, after a couple years, you'll have like so many strawberries. And I was doing it in aquaponics. So I was letting them like do their runner thing, and I would plant them in the net cups when they were about to root, and then I would let them go ahead and root in the net cups, and then I would snip them, and poof, that's a new plant. And then I would let them go ahead and have runners go out, and yeah. Or no, I think it was more than that. I think I can't remember. It's in one of my videos. Like I actually sat there and counted them up. It might have been over 200 plants. But I started with a 12 pack of whatever kind of strawberry. I don't even remember. And then my brother-in-law, who lived with me at the time, way back in the day, like 2005 or 6, he bought like a 6-pack of strawberries. And then I got like 20 or 30 different strawberries out of that. And then I took them out and put them in the aquaponics. But that's like one of the things that always fascinated me about gardening, where you could clone, you could graft. Like one of my favorite things was ketchup and fries, where people would wait, let me try to get this straight. Yeah, I think it was like a potato plant that they cut parts of the top off the potato plant because potatoes grow underground. And then they grafted tomatoes on top of it. And they call it ketchup and fries because, you know, you get ketchup from tomatoes and you get fries from potatoes. I've never done that though, but I've always wanted to. Do I miss the peppers? No, I eat peppers like constantly. I was actually having a conversation with my boss a couple days ago because she was out for like a week because she was sick. And when she came back, I was like, yeah, maybe you should like just go like buy a jar of jalapenos. Like every time I get sick, like I start to get sick, I should say. I haven't been sick and like ever since I started like messing around with peppers, I haven't been sick. Like I told her there's three things. Hot peppers, like and you don't have to like go crazy hot. You don't have to get how habaneros or ghost pepper or anything like that. Just go with jalapenos, like pickled jalapenos. Like, but I'll eat like a quarter of the jar with every meal that I eat. Echinacea and orange juice. Those were always my three go-tos because I don't want to take drugs. And I say drugs as in like, any of the crap they have on the drug aisle. I don't know. I just don't like that stuff. I do take aspirin and ibuprofen. Like that's as much as into drugs that I get. But and I don't like I love orange juice, but I pretty much don't drink it anymore cuz I found out that like the sugar content is so high. I drink like a half gallon before lunch and then I would get another half gallon and drink that after lunch. But the sugar will make you sick too. Well, it doesn't make you sick. It just doesn't help you get well. But like getting oranges because you're eating the fiber of the orange, that will actually help you. Like you get the goodness of the vitamin C, but at the same time, well, these are just mandarins, they're tiny. But one cayenne, those skinny little frickin' peppers, you eat one of them and they have, I can't remember what the number is, like twice the amount of vitamin C of an actual like giant orange. But that's what I told her. I was like, most people like talk about weed where like it's a miracle plant, it'll cure cancer, it'll do this, it'll do that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't disagree with that. But at the same time, I believe the same thing about peppers. Like I know so many people like Brando, he's public about it. Like he had I think it was like I'm not gonna say exactly what he said, but I'm gonna speculate. I believe he had like rheumatoid arthritis or something like that. And because the antioxidants of peppers, that's why he eats like super hot peppers all the time. And he's been off medication for years just because he's eating hot, like, well, that guy eats super hot peppers. Like, I saw him like go to a park and eat like 3 Carolina Reapers. Like that guy, like totally just eats up on hot peppers. But I think peppers are like a super plant. And not only that, but like I think it's been like 8 years since I started eating like super hot peppers. I haven't been sick. COVID happened. Everybody around me, my mom got COVID twice. I don't think my dad got COVID. My sister got COVID. Her boyfriend got COVID. All of her kids got COVID. Everybody I worked with got COVID. I didn't. I'm not saying that is why. Maybe I got it and I was just a carrier or whatever the fuck they were saying. But I didn't get COVID. I wasn't sick. I didn't have to take off work. As a matter of fact, that's why I got promoted. because I was at work. Like everybody I worked with was out with COVID, and it was just me and the boss. And I pretty much got promoted because of that. I'm not going to say that was all like peppers, but I mean, I have super hot pepper powder everywhere here. I got Crimson Blaze. I've got, I don't even know what the heck this is because my dog chewed it off. I got Kanksta's Paradise. I got Southern Haven. My dog chewed the label off of that one, so I don't know what that one is. I've got, okay, they chewed the label off of this one. I think it's Southern Haven, but a big jar. I've got these two, another Crimson Blaze. I've got cheddar cheese, which is super hot pepper. I've got Revved Up, which is named after me. Like, I just got like tons of super hot pepper powder, and that's not counting. That's not counting this entire box that I've got. I got an entire box of super hot pepper powder, and there's a whole palm in here too. And that's not counting all the stuff that's over there on my counter too. Like, I keep tons of super pepper powder. Yeah. No, that's pretty much like literally that's my story. Like, I had bleeding ulcers and I had acid reflux, and they were like, "Yeah, stay away from hot peppers." And I started getting into them. Poof, gone. Like, immediately. Like, you would think that they would, like, agitate your ulcers, or wait, ulcers? Am I thinking of the right thing? Yeah, ulcers are in your stomach, right? But like acid reflux and stuff like that, you would think, like, because every time I see well, I have them over here, the flaming hot Cheetos. I have like anything store bought that says it's hot, it gives me heartburn. But you give me an actual hot pepper, like a jalapeno or a habanero or a cayenne, or like go even hotter, like, you get ghost pepper or Carolina Reaper or the Trinidad Moruga Scorpion or anything like that. Nope. Doesn't give me heartburn whatsoever. I feel 110% when I eat that stuff. But the store-bought crap, they're like, oh, it's like whatever made with Carolina Reapers. Guaranteed I'll get heartburn. Every single time. Doesn't matter. If they're like, yeah, it's made with jalapeno. It's like some kind of chip made with jalapenos. It's guaranteed. I'll get heartburn. But you actually give me that pepper that they say that it's made with, never get heartburn. Which is why I'm like such a proponent of peppers. But anyway, my boss, she got sick. She was out for a week, and she came back in, and she was like, "Oh, I felt like such hell. Like, oh, it was so bad." I'm like, "You should just go buy a jar of jalapenos. Like, just eat like a quarter of the jar, because that's what I'll do. If I ever feel like I'm getting sick, that's one of my go-tos. I'll buy a jar, like an entire. I keep a jar of jalapenos everywhere, I don't even refrigerate them. I got one right here. Yeah. A jar of jalapenos. I just keep them all the time because, like, the second that I feel sick, you get that, like, dryness in your nose, you get the scratchiness in your throat, you're starting to, like, cough a little bit and stuff like that. I eat, like, a quarter of that jar. And I haven't been sick in over 8 years. Like, I've said it, like, a million times. I feel like a broken record. But I was like, the first time I ever did that, I was in Oklahoma. I went deer hunting in Oklahoma with my dad at his friend's place. And I got that, like, the dryness in your nose, the scratchiness in your throat, and I was like, I'm gonna get sick. Stop licking me. Quit licking. Get down. Get down. I'm so sick of you licking. And I started getting sick, and I was like, man, I hate being sick. Like, I hate it so much. And they had jalapenos in the fridge, and I was like, do you mind if I have some of them? And they, like, this was before I knew anything about hot peppers. And they were like, we don't even eat jalapenos. Somebody that came over, they bought them. We're not going to eat them. Have the entire jar if you want. And I was like, all right. And I think I ate like a quarter of the jar, or maybe even half the jar with whatever I was eating that night. Next day I woke up perfectly fine. Never got sick. And that's why when Dave came along and was like, oh, yeah, like, I haven't been sick in, I think he said, like, 5 years since he started eating hot peppers. I'm like, that kind of makes sense because I started, like, I did that jalapeno thing when I was in Oklahoma and never got sick. So that just makes sense to me. And then I started eating hot peppers and poof, haven't been sick since. Hey, settle down. Oh, the pepper powder? I love the pepper powder. It's so much easier than sauce. Like, it's just like, like, I keep seasonal hanging around. Or I don't know where the heck the label is, but I keep seasonal around. I keep some sea salt. I keep Chef Paul Prudhomme poultry magic, which we called Cajun seasoning. I keep some. Oh man, I keep. Well, it's just Tabasco sauce. That's not what I was talking about. The El Yucateco. I like the green El Yucateco, which is habanero hot sauce. But I kind of like the powder better than I like hot sauce because I don't know. You have like macaroni salad, you can put pepper powder on there, and it's not like soupy. You have like chicken, you can put it on. Although chicken is my go-to with like hot sauce. I love chicken with hot sauce. Like any other meat, not well, maybe pork, but I haven't done that in a long time. Get out of there. But like steak, nah, I'm not gonna put hot sauce on my steak. Like, I just wanna taste the steak. I mean, if I was sick, I'd probably do it. And I was talking all night tonight about wanting brisket. So maybe I'll eat a bunch of brisket or make brisket, eat a bunch of brisket, and then put hot sauce on at the end. But I really love pepper powder. Like, that stuff is great. It's kinda like putting salt on things, which I was always addicted to and cut myself off on. I love sea salt. I have this grinder of sea salt, and I love it. Like Brussels sprouts, lima beans, it's mainly vegetables. I'll put, like, a bunch of every time I have potatoes, I put that on there. But oh, yeah, 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 yeah. No, that's understandable. I mean, Reaper, Scorpion. Well, Ghost was the hottest pepper in the world until the Trinidad Moruga Scorpion came out. Then it was the hottest pepper in the world until the Carolina Reaper came out, and then it became the hottest pepper in the world. Like a Ghost is 1,000 or 1,000,000 Scoville, and a Trini is, I think, 1.5, and then a Reaper is, I think, like 2.2 is the official rating. I always thought it was like 3 point something, but it's like, I think, just 2.2. And then they said Pepper X was like the hottest pepper in the world, but it's been like 4 years and there's no rating on Pepper X. Come on, hop down. Hop down. Stop. What the hell are you doing? Why are you messing with my damn mouse? Damn it. Why the hell are you doing things? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a bunch of things at Crimson Blaze. It is pretty damn hot though. What the hell is going on? Why is my thing not working? Um and I got the floral taste. I can never get the floral taste until I ate. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Oh, the Trinidad perfume, which is like a Trinidad Moruga Scorpion with no heat. That was the only time where I was like, "Oh, okay, I get the floral thing." Because I'd eat a Trinidad Merga Scorpion, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's so damn hot. I can't tell what you're talking about with floral." Oh, Dave didn't do a lot of peppers this year, then that sucks. That means Allegheny City Farms probably won't have a lot of sauce. That's one of my favorite sauces, man. It's got to be one of the hottest hot sauces I've ever tried. The regular old Allegheny City Farms hot sauce. Holy crap, man. Like, I actually had to work myself up to getting to the level where I could actually eat it. But that's like one of my favorite hot sauces. Oh, sweet. My phone's finally charged. It only took, holy crap, it's 4 in the morning. Holy crap, it took like 7 hours for my phone to charge from like 30% to 100%. That's pretty bad. Oops. But I love that stuff. Oh, he's coming out with some new blends. Hell yeah. I haven't talked to Dave in quite a while. I've been doing my live streams with Call of Duty. And like nobody I used to talk to comes around. And that's why I said, like, to quote other people, like, nobody gives a crap about my stupid live streams with the freaking Call of Duty. Like, they won't even come into my live stream to, like, be like, hey, what's going on, Rev? And then leave. But I don't know. To each his own, I guess. Wait, what was I saying? I think I've got a pile. Like all the everything in that box that I showed, that was all from Dave. What was it? Last year? Yeah, I think it was the end. Well, the end of the season of last year. I bought up everything that he had left. That's what's in that box. I messaged him. I'm like, hey, I want to buy some of your pepper powder. Like, what do you have left? And can I buy it all? And he was like, yeah. And he made me a deal. I don't remember what the deal was. But he was like, give me this amount of money and you can have all of it. And I was like, okay. And I bought all of it. Yeah, well, yeah, it is like 4 in the morning. I'm normally in bed by this time, but I'm off tomorrow and I'm off the next day. So, and screw it. It's been public. Who cares? I'm an alcoholic and like I've been detoxing so hardcore that it takes until now just for me to like not be shaky and like all crazy like. But my well, I don't it's not my doctor, but the last doctor I talked to when I went to the hospital, she told me explicitly, do not quit drinking. She was like, if you quit drinking, like you are at a very high risk of a heart attack. I think she said heart attack. It might have been stroke. She said, like, stop drinking as much and like go down, but I didn't take it that way. I was like, nope, she told me not to drink, or she told me not to not drink. So therefore, I'm just gonna keep on doing it. But she did say that I forget what she said exactly, but there's like very bad health effects that will happen if I stop drinking. So I was like, heck yeah, that means it's on. Let's do this. Yeah, like it was to, or it wasn't, or I guess it is to the point. No, I don't know. It's bad enough that I went to Taco Bell after I was done working, and the lady was like, "Yeah, you're shaking," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And she's like, "Are you diabetic?" And I'm like, "No." Well, I don't know, but I hope not. And she was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna give you like a free glass of water." And I'm like, "Oh, all right." But now every time like I hand my card to them, I do it as like fast as possible so they can't see that I'm shaking after I'm done with work. Cause she asked me like, have you eaten today? And I was like, no. Like I haven't eaten since yesterday. I only eat one time a day. And she's like, oh, are you diabetic? And I'm like, well, no, I don't think so. I don't know. Um, that sucks, man. Well, I mean, it's probably a good thing. I mean, it sucks just because I kind of like to drink, but I don't get out of hand. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that you were getting out of hand because I don't know. Oh, well, you did say sometimes I get crazy. Um, I don't get crazy. I just stay level. Like, I'm like same as when I'm sober. But yeah, I don't know if I could do only on weekends. If I was doing that kind of stuff, I'd probably just quit altogether. I don't I don't get all crazy though. Like I I'm pretty much the same person when I drink as when I don't drink. The only difference is when I drink, I have more of a tendency to pass out on a live stream, which I'm known to do, and that's why they nicknamed it the Rev Roll. But I don't I don't well, I'm gonna say I don't because I don't believe like, the certain people where they get, like, 2 shots into them, and all of a sudden their eyes go blank, like, they call it shark eyes. Like, you just kinda go dead to the world. Like, that doesn't happen to me. My shark eyes is and I'm just passed out. I don't get, like, aggressive when I drink. I guess I'll get slightly aggressive. I'm not ready to fight, but I'm ready to, like, bitch someone out. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Um, shark eyes to fight, and I don't become a different person. Like, I'm still the exact same person. I have the exact same thoughts. Like, even getting fall down sloppy drunk, I still am not, like, ready to fight. Like, I still have the exact same thoughts that I have when I'm sober. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's not a problem. It's probably definitely a problem. But I don't know. I don't make it another problem. I'll put it that way. It's funny. Your doctor told you to cut it back. My doctor told me do not stop drinking. Like, literally told me that the last time I went to the hospital. And I shouldn't say my doctor. It was a doctor because I don't exactly have like my doctor. Yeah, you were there for one of my pass outs. Oh man, there's been so many. That's why it's like actually I don't want to say a meme, but it's just like a thing where everybody makes fun of me. Like, oh yeah, he passed out on the live stream again. Yeah, well that's good. And no, I'm a freaking happy drunk. I love laughing. Like, the people that get mad and angry and wanna fight when they're drunk, I stay the hell away from those people. I do not like those people whatsoever. Like, that's one of my number 1 signs to stay the hell away from someone. I don't exactly hit on any female, though, although I have. I remember I woke up one morning and a friend of mine was like, "Why were you hitting on this chick?" And I'm like, "I don't think I was." And they were like, "No, you were like straight up telling her how hot she was and blah blah blah." So I guess I get that way too. But I just want to have fun. Like, I want to have fun to the point where I just end up passing out. I don't think she was married. So I don't think, well, my friend was like, that's my friend and you embarrassed me because you were hitting on her. So, all right. Like, I don't know what to do about that, but for the most part, I don't really hit on chicks. Mainly because I don't want anything to come about from it because I don't want to screw anybody. I have a good enough record of screwing up my own life. I don't want to screw up somebody else's life too. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I've got a messed up life. Like, I don't want to drag somebody else into that crap. I mean, you can make the argument that like you're not dragging them into your crap. You're just doing a one night stand. But that's not me. Like I don't want to do the one night stand thing. Like I mean, don't get me wrong. I could. I probably would, but that's not what I'm looking for. I would be looking for someone to be with for a while. But at the same time, I'd be dragging them into my shithole, and I don't think that's fair for someone else. Because if I'm hitting on them, they're probably pretty awesome, and they don't deserve that. Like my best friend keeps telling me, like, "Oh, you should hit on that chick." Like, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, this chick at work, like, she was like, it seemed like she was hitting on me, and she's like, "Oh, you should like go ahead and hit on her and like, go out with her and stuff like that." And I'm like, I don't want to drag them down to my level. Like, I don't think that's fair to them. I talked to Rob, I think a year ago. I like joined up on Twitch and was doing my live streams on Twitch, and he came on and like talked to me for a little bit. But other than that, no, I haven't talked to him. Although the guy that worked for him, Devin, was on my live stream, well, in my chat on my live stream like a week ago or something like that. But he doesn't work for Rob anymore. No, I think Rob got mad at me over, I'm not gonna say what it was over, but something I was very stubborn about. He asked me to do something, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I think. I could be totally wrong about that. But he hasn't talked to me. Like, he talked to me like a year ago, but besides that, like, it's been what, like 3 years, 4 years, something like that since I talked to him. So I assume I pissed him off. I don't know. Maybe he just didn't want to come around anymore. I really don't know. I haven't talked to him, so I don't know. Um, I don't, I don't, I really don't. I'm just going to go ahead and say I don't know if he sold the vape business. I know he closed it down. So I don't know if that means he sold it or he just like went out of business, because that's when Devin stopped working for him. But I really don't know. Like I haven't talked to him, so I don't want to make assumptions and say anything like that. Like I really have no idea. I hope he sold it instead of like just shutting it down. I just know Devin stopped working there, and I believe he said he shut it down. But I mean, that could have been he shut it down because he sold it, or he shut it down because I really don't know. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I hope he sold it. That would be great, because if he had to like close shop, I hope he got money out of it instead of losing money out of it. Because I have absolutely no ill will towards him. I mean, that guy came on my live streams for years. Like, he was like my co-host for years. So I hope nothing bad happened. And I think he had a few different, I could be wrong, but I think he had a few different business ventures going on. So I hope any of the other ones took off and he's doing good. Like, I hope he didn't go from a business owner to now I gotta like wear a suit and tie, or now I gotta work at Walmart, or, something like that. But nah, oh yeah, there's always ghost people in the chat. They always float around, don't say anything. See, now they're gone. Hang on a second. Oh, jeez. I'm not to do that. Oops. Come on. Come on. Come on. Go. Look out, boo-boo. Come on. Move your paw. What's up, fam? Oh, Emma. Oh, what the fuck, Emma? Sorry. Nope. Just been talking about a bunch of crap. What's up with you? Got a cute pitty over here. Oh, there's the other one. What are you doing? Chill out. I totally thought that said Fama. Now that I look at it, I'm like, oh, okay. What the fuck am I? Oh, yeah, what the fuck am I doing? That's pretty good. Oh, quit licking me. Stop. Gross. Now my nose is all wet. Come on, Whitey. Whitey. Blue nose. Come on, Blue. I'm a little blue eye. Yeah, this is old Capri. Actually, she's the younger one. Rupert is the runt. She was actually born a day before Capri. Stop biting her. But Capri is way bigger. Well, they're about the exact same size now. Last time I weighed them, they were both like 40 pounds. But when I got them, Capri was like almost double the size of Rue. To the point where on the ride home, I picked them both up at the same time. I went and picked up Capri first, and then I went and picked up Rupert. And on the ride home, because I left at like 8 o'clock in the morning and I got home at like 7 o'clock at night. So that's how long the round trip took. And I was afraid that Capri was going to suffocate Rue. And now Rue is like the most aggressive one. As you can see, she's just biting on Capri. But me and my bestie, we've got a plan. Hopefully it'll work. We want to buy like a ranch. And oh no, it's Khepri, and it's Egyptian for morning sun. Because I love Egypt. Like, I'm absolutely fascinated with Egypt. But that's where her name came from. Rue, her name came from, they're both girls. Rue, her name is actually Arusa, and I named her after Aaron Russo, who he made, I'll just say stop licking me. He made Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, and I can't remember her name. Why can't I remember her name? But he made Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, and he made The Rose with Bette Midler. But he also made America: Freedom to Fascism, which is one of my favorite documentaries. And that's why I named her that. The A is for Aaron, and then Russa, Russ. I did A. His name was Russo, but I did Russa because she's feminine. I did like the Spanish thing. But her name's Russa, but I call her Rusi. And then I started calling her Rusi Roo. And then a buddy of my best friend when I was in high school killed himself. And his girlfriend called him, his name was Lee. And my best friend called him Lee Burt. So that's why I call her Rubert, like kind of like a tribute to him. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. There you go. Stop licking. Stop licking. But no, that's why I named the dogs the way I did. And they're all named Kid. Because they're both pit bulls. And my very first pit bull, I named her Devi Kid after the radio personality that woke up Joel Bannister, who was an IRS enforcer. And he was listening to the radio and heard her talking about how there's no law that says that you have to pay income tax. And he was like, what? This is bull. And so he set out to prove her wrong. And ultimately, there is no law that says you have to pay income tax in the United States. So he ended up resigning from the IRS because he couldn't enforce things that he knew was wrong. But DV Kid was the radio personality that woke him up, and he's one of my heroes. So I named my first pit bull after DV Kid. And that was her name. It was DV Kid. So now this is Arusa Kid, and this is Kepri Kid. Like, all of my pit bulls ever are gonna have a kid as their like last name. I mean, obviously, I guess technically my last name would be their last name, but I'm not really worried about that. But what are you doing? But yeah, no, it's a Rubert and Capri. Yeah, if you want to stop. If you look back in my actual videos, not my live streams, you'll see video of DV Kid. Everybody loved DV Kid. I called her the pepper dog because I was growing peppers at the time, which I hope to be doing again soon. But everybody loved Capri. My parents hated pit bulls. Like they absolutely hated pit bulls because they grew up in they live in Pittsburgh. I guess they kind of grew up in Pittsburgh. And up there, they demonize pit bulls like constantly. And like that's how I grew up. And then I moved to North Carolina where I live now. And I met, I don't know, I don't even know if this is true or not. I mean, it could be more, it could be less. I have no idea. But I met about 200 pit bulls. And they were one of the best dogs I've ever been around. That's why I'll never have any other dog. Well, except for the dog rescue operation that I want to do. I will, like, personally, I will never own any other dog but a pit bull. Like, they are the best dogs. They are so loyal. That's why they were called America's, America's dog? I forget. But like Petey from the Little Rascals, that was a pit bull. Like there was so many different pit bulls that were around, and like everybody loved them. And then all of a sudden they started demonizing them. And the only thing that I can think of is like pretty much like I'll quote Bill Burr, where he was talking about where he got a pit bull. It's like a gun that you can pet. And I think it's because they're so loyal to their masters or their owners that they will mess anybody up that tries to interfere with the masters. But, which is why I think like the UK banned them. And, like all these other countries, they ban pit bulls, which, by the way, is dog racism. Like, oh, you can't have racism, but like you're gonna ban pit bulls? Like that's dog racism. But they're like one of the most loyal dogs you could ever have. Oh no, that's what they called them. America's nanny. Because they would like guard the babies. So like humans would have babies and the dogs would just sit there and like watch over the kids. And like that's how loyal of a dog they are. And I don't know. I like besides Dog Island, which is one of my plans, like me and my best friend, we want to go in on like an entire island, a ranch, something like that, and become like the biggest dog rescue, dog in general. Me personally, I'm like, I want like at least 200 pit bulls. I want to go to every shelter and rescue every single dog that's in a kill shelter and just bring them to Dog Ranch or Dog Island and make sure that either A, they get adopted by a forever family, or they just stay with us and live forever, living a good life. Which also would be a great YouTube theme. Wait, name Meraki? That's a cool name. Oh yeah, they definitely catch a bad rep. Oh yeah. I love pity bulls. Pit bulls, Amstaff, Chow, Rot. Like, I love all of those dogs. Like, they are some of the most loyal dogs ever. Oh yeah, DV. Yeah, Pitbull versus Yorkie. That was DV, and yeah, nah, she died 2 years, almost 2 years and a month ago. It was November 11th at 7:00 p.m. How's that for a memory on a drunk? But yeah, they're very protective. And that's why I believe that they get banned, because I think the government is afraid. It's kind of like when they ban guns, like, oh, you can't have a gun, like Illinois, like you can't have a pistol in Illinois, like you can't travel through pistol or through pistol through Illinois with a pistol. And I think, which I've done, I totally broke the law, but I believe that's because they don't want you to defend yourself. And same thing with having a pit bull. They don't want you to defend yourself, which I don't have to defend myself. This little bitch will do it for me. By the way, YouTube, bitch is a perfectly acceptable term because it's a female dog. Boom, bitch. But no, that I think they just don't want you to be able to defend yourself. I think they want you to be defenseless, and that's just wrong. The same as, like, I've heard, it's very rare, but I've heard, like, oh, women shouldn't have guns. Pfft, screw that. Like, if I have a wife and she's the mother of my children, I want her to be armed, like, at all times. So if anything goes down, she can protect A, herself, and B, my kid or kids. And anyone that would say, like, a woman shouldn't be armed, well, you're just dumb. Like, I don't even understand the argument. Like, the only way I understand the argument is you want to oppress them or impose your will on them, or I don't know, just be an asshole to them, and they can't do anything back to you, which is wrong. Like, the gun is like the best equalizer. It makes, like, a 90-pound woman equal to a 250-pound man. And I don't see why anybody would. Well, I do see why. I just don't agree with why somebody would say, like, "Oh, women shouldn't have a gun." Heck with that. I want my wife to have as many guns as she can and know how to use them. But I've just heard that argument so many times. It's just so dumb to me. Like, do you not care about your wife? Do you just want her to like get raped? Or oh, you can't say that on YouTube, right? Do you want her to get abused by somebody or taken advantage of or, anything? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But at the same time, I'm also a gun nut, so I also think the same thing. Like, I'm only like, oh, what am I? I'm like a frail little guy. I'm like 110 pounds, maybe 115 on my best day. Like, am I really going to stand up to like a 250, 300-pound guy that comes aggressing on me? Probably not. But if I have a gun, I got a chance if I can pull it fast enough. But I mean, same logic. Well, except for the fact that I would care more about my wife and the kid than I would about myself. You've had a few. You mean guns or you mean pitties? Because now I've had a few. I had DV and now I have these two goofballs. But they're great. Like, I suffer from like extreme depression, manic depression, extreme anxiety and stuff like that. And they take a lot of that out of me. Cause come on, quit knocking my mouse down. Although they do like anger me a lot with knocking my mouse over constantly. It's like the 17th time tonight they've knocked my mouse over. DB never knocked my mouse over, not once. And these dogs like did it 17 times tonight. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, there's no such thing as a scary looking gun. Every gun is scary when it's pointed at you because you're being an idiot. Like, I've heard that all like so many times. Like, oh, the AR-15, it's such a scary looking gun. It's a weapon of war. No soldier would take an AR-15 into combat. They would take an AK-40 or M16, which would be the fully automatic version of an AR-15. But yeah, I hate that argument. Like, I come from a family of gun nuts. Like, my dad actually worked for the NRA. I've been, well, I haven't hunted in probably like 10 years. But I've been hunting since I was 3 days old. When I was 3 days old, the day I got out of the hospital was the first day of dove season, and my parents went dove hunting. And I went hunting. Like, I shot my first squirrel when I was like 4 with a 12 gauge, which was hilarious because my dad had to hold the front of the gun up, and I held on to the back end of the barrel, or the back end of the barrel, the back end of the gun. And when I shot, I got the squirrel, but it literally like knocked me flat on the ground. Yeah, dove hunting. Yeah, it was like, I think it was the first day of September or something like that. And dove are great. They're great eating. Like, you got to shoot a bunch of them because you don't get very much meat. You only take the breast meat. Like, you don't like take like the leg meat or anything like that. But yeah, I was 3 days old and my parents went dove hunting. I was in a bassinet, never even woke up while they were shooting all of these birds. Um, yeah, I can't think of any other. Well, my dad taught hunter safety course, so I took hunter safety. Well, unofficially took hunter safety probably like 150 times before I actually was 12 years old and could take hunter safety course and then pass. My dad taught the turkey hunting section of it, which was a whole pile of different stuff. Yeah, yeah, no, exactly. Any gun is scary when you're looking down the barrel of it. But yeah, I mean, what did you do to get to that point? Oh, right. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. M4s. But I have known there was one guy I knew that had a Tommy gun, fully auto. And another guy that I knew that had an M16 full auto. Well, obviously M16 is full auto. I never got I had the opportunity to shoot the Tommy gun, but I was too young at the time and I was intimidated and didn't do it. And to this day, I've regretted it. I've been so mad at myself. Like, should have just tried. And I've wanted a Tommy gun, like a Tommy gun. What is it like? 45, um, semi-auto and a 45 fully auto. And to get a semi-auto Tommy gun, it's $1,500, $1,500. To get a full auto Tommy gun, it's $15,000. And then you have to pay $5,000, I believe, a year in a tax stamp just to have it to be legal. So I'd probably just go with the semi-auto. But still, it's $1,500. Like, right now, you can't really say that, but back in the day, I would say you could buy a car for that. Like, right now, not so much. Hell yeah, 6 AR. I don't have any AR. I had a AK-47 for a while. It wasn't mine, but it was in my safe. But then my brother-in-law was like, "Yeah, I'm selling it." And I'm like, "Well, what do you want for it?" And he's like, "It's already sold." I'm like, "What are you talking about, man? Like, why wouldn't you sell it to me first? Like, it's in my safe." And he was like, "Yeah, it's already sold." Pissed me off. But I've wanted an AR so bad, which my dad had like 8 ARs and then gave one to my brother-in-law, who ended up getting divorced from my sister. I still don't have an AR. And a SIG. I've wanted a 357 SIG for like the longest time. But I do have a 35-7 revolver. I took that thing to Colorado when I went elk hunting. And it was hilarious. It was like the joke that I've heard a million times. But this one old timer, he was there. He was like, "Holy crap. What do you got on your hip?" And I'm like, 357. And he 357 Magnum. And he was like, "Holy crap, what are you afraid of?" And I'm like, "Not a damn thing." It's like the old time joke where like a cop pulls over an old lady and he's like, "Ma'am, do you have any weapons in the car?" And she's like, "Yeah, I've got like a 357 in the glove box." And he's like, "Okay." And she's like, "Yeah, I got a 38 in the center console." And he's like, "Okay." And she's like, "I got a 44 in the trunk." And he's like, "Geez, oh man, what are you afraid of, lady?" And she's like, "Not a damn thing." Glock 23 or the 17, which is what caliber is that? Oh yeah. The tax is absolutely crazy. It's the government pretty much like trying to make you not have it. Like, oh yeah. The suppressors are tax stamped too. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it would be cool to have. It's just I wouldn't want to pay the federal stamp. It's just kind of ridiculous. Stop. Which is pretty much what I wouldn't do. Oh, nice. 9 and a 40. I think I'd rather have the 40. There's been channels on YouTube where they're like, the 9mm is the best gun ever. Like, not so much. I mean, that's what's under my pillow, but at the same time, I don't know. It's stop licking me. It's gonna be a double tap at every friggin' time I pull the trigger. Like, I don't trust it enough to like actually be stopping power. It's kind of like I was gonna get my concealed carry, which I took the course. I got a 98 or 99% on the course, but didn't want to go through the FBI background check, which cost me like $200, and then had to go to the jail and get fingerprinted, which cost me like $200, and then well, I had to like apply for the packet, which was like $200, and then like everything costs like $200. Like there was like a ton of different steps. But when I started the process, my dad was like, "Yeah, I'll just give you this 22 pistol." And the guy that was teaching the course was like, "Yeah, you don't you don't want to have a concealed carry with a 22." That's kind of how the way I feel about a 9mm. Like, I'm not saying a 22 is like a 9mm. It's a bigger caliber, obviously. It's more velocity, but I'd much rather have a 40 caliber, 357, 38. Um, well, 357, you can have 38 ammo in it. So that's awesome for like range shooting. I really would like a 357 SIG because that's some crazy stuff. When you got like, I don't know, a 6-inch flame coming out of the barrel, that's velocity coming. Well, that's firepower coming out of there. Nice. Oh, damn. Yeah, but a 40, well, I've never seen a 9 go through a ballistic vest, but a 40 will knock you on your butt. It's kind of like a 44 or a 357. That will knock you on your butt. Like, it may not go through a vest. I don't know if it will or not, but it will knock you down. Stop licking me. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, the 22, that used to be like the mobster weapon of choice because they'd walk up right behind you and shoot you in the back of the head, and it wouldn't exit the head. It would just bounce around inside your head and pretty much like take you out. So I'm not saying like 22 won't kill you. I'm not saying that whatsoever. Any gun will kill you. Would you quit pawing me? Stop! But yeah, the mobsters used to use a 22. Just come up right behind you and pop you right in the back of the head. Doesn't come through your forehead. It bounces off and just scrambles your brain. And there's nothing left of you and you're dead. But as far as like protecting yourself, I'd much rather have higher caliber. Emma's in a southern state. I'm in North Carolina. Northeast. If you feel like it, what's the closest big city to you? Is it like Savannah or is it wait, why am I blanking on my southern states? Is it like Atlanta, Montgomery, Jackson, Shreveport, Memphis? If you feel like giving up that information, you don't have to. I always say that to people. Yeah, I haven't heard that about the troopers, but it makes sense. But I do like lean towards like having hollow points versus, just full metal jacket. Jackson, which is in okay, Mississippi. Okay, well no, that's pretty far from me. That's like close to half the U.S. from me. I'm northeast. Oh right, there's one in Florida. Oh right, there is. I'm in northeast North Carolina. Well, everybody knows where the hell I'm from. So, and I'm in the Outer Banks. I was trying to like not say that, and there's been a bunch of people that just like called me out on it, like, "Oh, you're in the Outer Banks." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks." Like, I was not trying to say that. I was saying Northeast North Carolina, and now like people know that there's 90 miles that they can find me in. Oh heck yeah, South Carolina's nice. I kind of want to go. OBX fucking sucks. I've lived here for 22 years. I want to move so bad. I've got like 3 different places I want to move to. And that's what we're talking about. Me and my bestie are like talking about moving to start our dog island slash dog ranch or whatever the heck it's gonna be. British Columbia, which I'm actually really leaning towards because they have the exact same weather as where I live. Because my buddy used to live there, and I was monitoring his videos like all year long because he made videos like constantly. His temperature was the exact same temperature as me. Like we would actually get freezing weather. He had freezing weather like a week before. But it was always exactly the same. Um, Colorado, which I'm not really fond of mountain lions, but we can work around that. Or Florida. Like, I'd kind of really like to move to Florida just because it's always warm there. Like, middle of the winter, it's still warm. But those are like my 3 places that I would like to move. And I would like to start our, I'm guessing the Dog Island thing's not really going to be a thing. I think it's more going to be like a dog ranch. But if we got enough money, buy an excavator and just dig ourselves like a giant pond. But if it's in Florida, we got to put up like a giant fence so that they're not a giant fence, but like a fence. So if there's gators in the water, they can't come out and like eat the dogs. Because that's kind of the opposite of rescuing dogs. It's kind of like just giving free food to gators. Because I want to the goal is to like go around to every kill shelter and adopting every single dog. Yeah. No, like Brian said, Outer Banks. Like if you look up, like just go to Google Maps and go to Northeast North Carolina. It's a barrier island. They call it a barrier island. It's actually a peninsula that comes off of Virginia, but they call it a barrier island that's constantly shifting. Like they'll say that like global warming or whatever and the oceans are rising and stuff like that. No, it's a barrier island. Barrier islands constantly shift because sand from the front gets taken away and taken out into the ocean and it gets replaced on the back end. So like it'll constantly move. But it's a big it's not an island. It's a peninsula. Although we can't get out at the north. So technically it's an island. Like you have to go across like a 5-mile bridge just to get off of it. Until you get to a certain point and then it stops and then there's a bridge and then there's more islands. But yeah, like he said, like it'll continue all the way down to like the south of North Carolina and then it continues into South Carolina. I live at the north end of that. Um, and that's called the Outer Banks, and the abbreviation is OBX. Um, yeah. No, I don't know about Texas. I mean, I would definitely move to Texas, but that's not on my. I really would want to move to Florida. Like maybe even South America if I could have guns. But well, I mean Central or South America. But only if you can have guns. Because if you can't have guns, nope, deal breaker. Um but Texas, yeah, I'd move there, but that's not on my list. But I want it warm. And that's why I would go to British Columbia. Because that's like the northern part of what would you call that? I mean, it's technically a desert, but I don't know. But it's also Canada. And my best friend lives in Canada, so it'd be kind of like a compromise. But no. I hate the cold and the snow. We got since I moved here 22 years ago. Well, almost. Or no. No, I moved here in 2000. So yeah, I've lived here for like almost 23 years now. It snowed 5 times. And I have been threatening since like the 3rd time that if it snows again, I'm moving more south. Well, it snowed twice more. And I don't want to deal with snow. Like I really don't like snow. I don't like the cold. I don't like snow. That's why like I'd really like to go to Florida. Like South Florida. That way you don't have snow or cold. I mean, you're going to get like snow like once every I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, but whatever, I'll deal with that when it's like 75 degrees in the middle, like in January. Yay, not a fan of cold weather. Oh, yeah. No, we got the one time we got snow, like my greenhouse practically collapsed because there was so much snow on top of the greenhouse. And we never get snow. Like, that's the craziest part. Yeah, I don't know. That's the only problem I have. Like, summer in Florida, like, that's gotta be hot as hell. Last time I was in Florida was 2013 in January, and it was snowing here. And me and my girlfriend and her 2 kids, like, got in a car, and we drove all the way down to it was only Orlando, so it wasn't even Southern Florida, it was just Orlando. It was, like, 80 degrees, and that's, like, where my opinion comes from. Like, man, I hate snow, and it was snowing here, which it almost never snows here. But we got to Florida and it was like 80 degrees. Like I got a sunburn. I was like, man, this is where I need to go next. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, dang. Gotta get ready for work already? Holy crap. That's early. Well, I'm not going to work, so I'm going to be drinking more. So thanks for hanging out, Emma. Nice meeting you. Oh, damn it, my thing. I have to reset my computer. But I'll make you a moderator. And same with Brian. I don't think Brian's a moderator either. I don't know why I cannot click on things. But I'll redo that. I'll make you both moderators. You guys are both cool. That's one of my rules. As long as you're cool and you hang out and talk, then you become a moderator on my channel. So I will do it. Yeah, have a good day at work. I just did that for the last 5 days, so I'm going to have a good day not at work. But all right. Yeah, no, this is actually bothering the hell out of me. Here, wait, can I do it? I can't even click that. What the hell is going on? Here, wait, maybe I can do it this way. Hey! Stop trying to tear up the couch. Lay down. All right. I guess I'm going to end this live stream. I don't know. I'll probably play some more Call of Duty. But I want to figure out why I can't click on tabs. This is driving me freaking nuts. Here, wait. Can I go? Here, wait. Maybe I can do it this way. Yup, I can. All right, here. Brian, modifier. Or modifier. Moderator. Bam, I'm a moderator. Okay, I did that. Let me see. Can I refresh and make sure that happened? No, not until both of you make another comment. But it should have actually taken place. But I do need to refresh. There. Bam. Okay. Your modifier. Or modifier. Moderator. It's always been a rule on my channel. Like, as long as you're cool and you comment, you become a moderator. Well, obviously, also, like, don't talk crap about other people or, crap like that. But most people are really cool, and that's why I make most people moderators. But yeah, it is like 5:18. But all right, you're out too. All right. Well, I'm just gonna probably end this live stream and go shoot people in the face. So, all right. I'll see you later. how to end this.